Hey, today something special came in the mail. Magic bands. Oh yeah. Or whoo! Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Mike.
And I'm Liz.
And we are excited to bring to you our first, not only our first video ever, but also our first video on our Disney trip, which we just got back from, which happens to be our first Disney trip. Mm-hmm. So it's been a year first so far, and we're excited to tell you about it. We think you'll be interested, and so I guess we'll just jump right in. I bought our tickets back in mid-December, about 46 days out from our trip. Which is not ideal. Typically, you want to purchase tickets about 60 days in advance or more. And the reason you want to do that is that's the point at which, if you're staying on property, if you're staying in a resort, that's when you can start reserving your fast passes, your dining reservations. And there are just some things that you might miss if you do it within that 60-day window. Some of the things are gone. So, for instance, Flight of Passage, the fast passes were gone. For that one. It's just so popular. It worked out well, though. I just researched night and day, almost literally. It was pretty constant. Once I got home from work, I would just watch YouTube video after YouTube video. So we actually purchased our tickets through an official licensed Disney ticket seller called Undercover Tourist. Saved us probably about $100 with the tickets that we got and for the length of stay.
$100.
It's $100 that you can spend before or after or during your park stay. I purchased the tickets, got the resort. It was a Christmas present for Liz, and so she was pretty excited to get to do that.
Really surprised.
Yeah, it was good. So at that point, once she knew, once she was in on the secret, we started shopping like crazy.
Yeah. Because I really wanted to have some Disney shirts for the trip because I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah, you got to theme it out.
Some
right?
ears.
We also knew that we were going to need comfortable shoes. Guys, if you have never been to a Disney park before, you may not realize how much walking you're going to do. It is physically exhausting.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know how people do it with flip-flops on or heels. I saw some people in heels. I just don't know. Anyway,
it's terrible.
We'll get to that a little later.
Yeah, hopefully they were just going to dinner or something. Because
which would make sense.
That's the worst idea in the world. I mean, flip-flops, that's a bad idea, but heels? No, it's not good. So I started establishing our fast passes, and really, people don't realize that you get, whenever you buy Disney tickets, you get 3 fast passes for free that you can assign in advance. Once you use up those 3 fast passes in a particular park on a particular day, you can, one at a time, choose more fast passes. So I can't tell you how many times we would get on a ride where I would just pull up the app and I would select a fast pass for that ride.
Yeah,
and
it was really easy.
We would get in the fast pass line in front of people who have been waiting 45 minutes. Really for no reason.
And there's also these kiosk things you can go to.
Yeah,
you just scan your Magic Band.
For that, you don't have to use your app even.
Both of them are really easy.
Yeah, I would say
intuitive.
You really should have the app. These days, the My Disney Experience app, you are going to have difficulty doing a lot of things without that app, to the point to where the odds are pretty good that you're not going to ride The Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood Studios without the app. I mean, there are people with
tablets, I think.
Yeah, they're cast members with iPad type things, and they can try and help you get in a boarding group. But you're really risking not going on the ride.
Yeah, and I even heard some people in line telling other people, "Oh, you don't have the app." So it was interesting.
Yeah. So from what I understand, it used to be, and it makes sense, that you could just go to Disney World and choose things on the fly. And to some extent, you can still do that, but without the app, you are really doing yourself a disservice. You're going to be able to do so much more easily if you have that app. So be sure and get the app. That's probably the biggest tip I can give you, besides planning in advance as far as you can. All right, so we left on February 2nd. 2020.
Very early.
Very early in the morning. It was about 5:03 when we arrived at the airport. My boss is better than your boss. he picked us up at dark 30 and dropped us off at the airport. He was very gracious. We're very thankful.
Yeah, thankfully we live closer to an airport
Yeah,
too, so it helps.
We're pretty close to an airport, so that helped tremendously. I can't imagine if we lived like an hour away or something.
Yeah.
And, you know, that would have been dicey. Because we did a lot of preparation that morning.
Yes,
for the
I
trip.
think I got up at like 2 a.m.
There were lots of decisions left to be made.
And of course we went to bed early, and then we couldn't sleep for like hours.
It never works.
So,
it never works
I don't know
to
what
go
the
to bed
trick is
super
for that.
early. You know, you've got like adrenaline pumping through your veins. You're so excited.
And you don't want to
about
like
this trip.
forget anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We tried.
Sleeping was not on the menu that day. So for this trip, since we were only going for 4 days, we got the 4 days, 4 parks ticket. We decided to just share a checked bag, which we did pay for.
Yeah, which was fine.
Yeah, it turned out to be fine. We have a pretty good sized checked bag, and so we took it over, and it was well under weight, and they took it off our hands.
Oh, also what I was going to say was, I think if we were going on a longer trip, then I would prefer my own bag.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah,
But it worked out fine.
it worked out just fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, we only used one side and a little bit of the other side of the
Because
bag.
we need a space for souvenirs.
You never know what you might
Obviously.
get. Yeah. So, so we got the bag checked, and we headed upstairs, and we were on our way to what we thought was Chick-fil-A, but we were actually in the wrong place. We headed back down, bypassed Subway because Chick-fil-A sounded better to us. So we headed over to the food court, which was in sort of this other hub area. And once we got to Chick-fil-A, we realized something.
So we intended to come to Chick-fil-A for breakfast, but unfortunately it's a Sunday and they are closed. So where are we going next?
Subway.
Subway. Let's do it.
That was kind of a bummer. And before we headed to Subway, we wanted to get some Starbucks. At that point, we felt we needed it.
Say this too. We don't normally travel on a Sunday.
Right. It just didn't occur to us.
And so it didn't occur to us that we couldn't have Chick-fil-A.
Right. So it was just kind of a bummer. So we headed over back to where Subway was and got ourselves some breakfast sandwiches. How was yours?
Good.
It was good.
Last time it was cold. This time it was not.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine really wasn't great. Not because the Subway folks did it wrong, but because I decided for some reason that it needed honey mustard. And
as you were, when you ordered it, when you in the line, I
Yeah.
was thinking, did he just order honey mustard? And I like a good honey mustard, but I don't like it on a breakfast sandwich.
it was a bad decision.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
User error.
Yeah. So after we finished our Subway, we started heading toward our gate, and our gate was the very last one at the end of our concourse. And we passed by a Starbucks, but it was a lot busier, and so
It didn't have as full of a barista.
we ended up making the best choice. We really did. The icing was actually pretty cool. It was the first time that either of us had seen that process, and we just kind of heard about it. We didn't know that they did it like on the runway right before you took off. I just assumed that they did it at the gate
Yeah, like
or
before
something.
you load. Before you
Yeah,
label
so
the passengers.
ignorance. I don't know. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
And so it was cool. There were a few different planes that they de-iced at the same time as ours, or at least kind of staggered a little bit. And so, yeah, it was really cool.
As
so, yeah,
you can see in the footage.
as you can see in the footage. in the air only an hour and 35 minutes. Okay, so this is the Cincinnati International Airport, and an hour and 35 minutes to Central Florida.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah, so it was like, for me, it was like being teleported to a new world. This beautiful, warm, tropical world.
Oh.
Yeah, it was magical. Great, my tummy just rumbled.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so we just landed in Orlando about, say, 25 minutes early, so that's pretty cool. So now we're heading to the tram so that we can go to the Central Hub, and that will take us to the Magical Express. You ready?
Uh-huh.
filled up. We're a straight shot. Pretty nice. Here we are now. We just waited this line for our bus.
Alright, we are bus number 44. We only had to wait a second, so that's pretty great, and we're right here.
Oh, the pattern. It's so fun.
You'll notice that we mentioned the Magical Express, and if you've never heard of that, what it is it's a transportation service. It's a fancy Disney bus that they sort of include as complimentary if you're staying on a resort, on property at Disney Resort. And they pick you up from the airport and take you to your resort.
It was really easy.
It was very easy, yeah. Everything went super smooth. Whenever we got to the line, they scanned us in with our Magic Bands. Everything was already set up on the app, on our online profile. In fact, we'd already checked into our hotel, which wasn't even available at that point. So that's pretty cool.
And we also didn't pick up our luggage.
We did not go to baggage claim.
Which was weird. I kept having this feeling like, oh my gosh, my luggage.
And the reason we didn't go to baggage claim is as long as you have followed the instructions and placed the Disney Magical Express tag on your bag, they'll pick it up from baggage claim for you, and once your room is available, Bell Services will deliver it
really
to your room. So the idea is that you're able to get off the plane, get on the bus, go to your resort, and then if you want, you can go directly to a park and enjoy it, which is what we did.
You belonging. When you're coming out of the car, take your time and watch your step.
My Little Pony.
My Little Ponies? Yeah. Man, we're gonna have to check it out. So whenever you arrive and you get off the bus, you walk in the doors, and to your right, there were like ATM machines and phones you could use and things like that. So it was just a little nook. But to your left is where the front desks were, kind of lined up across the front of the building. There were 4 desks, and there was concierge services information desk and things like that. We got at the services information line because we wanted to pick up a little something before we headed into the park. All right, so we stopped at the front desk and got ourselves some celebration buttons. First visit, and now we're going to head over to the Skyliner. It is so beautiful here. Wow. It feels great. It is
A little chilly, but
50-something degrees.
I want a picture.
Wow.
load of laundry. We got laundry services. Over to the Skyliner. Should be a fun trip across Hourglass Lake. This is so cool.
335, please.
Thank you. It just sort of floats along.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art and Animation Resort.
This is so cool.
We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with an international
Ursula over there. Alright, so I have a story for you. Whenever we were at the airport and you had gone to the restroom,
Yeah.
we both had, and I came out and I was waiting. I look up and there's this lady who runs out of the men's room. She has her cell phone and she's talking on the phone, has this horrified look on her face, and she's like still talking into the phone, and she's saying, I'm just waiting to the men's room.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, and so she comes running out, and then into the ladies' room. So I don't know. It was just so funny because she was, she wasn't happy, understandably so.
Yeah.
Exactly. All that good stuff. I see Epcot over there. It's really awesome how you just kind of go with the wind. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But it feels really secure, so that's awesome.
Super smooth.
It's just cool to be up here, like, floating over the ground. It almost feels like we're in some kind of plane or something.
Yeah. And I like that they're all themed.
Alright, we hop off here before we get on the ones at Epcot. Alright, thanks so much. It's really pretty too.
I feel like I'm on a ride right now.
I know.
Don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us.
So how do you feel about the ease of getting on and off of these? Would you say it's pretty easy? Or, yeah.
Yeah, I like that you don't have to share it with a stranger.
Now we're making a turn and head the direction of Epcot. Alright, so we arrived at Epcot and scanned in the tap styles, and that
Is for a next video.
is for our next video. That's for another time. And so we'll pick it back up where we actually got into Epcot.
Threw a lot of information at you.
Yeah, just to kind of load it on you with our first video.
So we
But
figured we'd separate it.
right, it was
Yeah.
going to be too much.
Go too much.
Yep,
too long.
we all acknowledge this. And so yeah, we'll talk about Epcot in the next video. If you guys have been to Disney before, or if you're curious about it, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. We would love to interact with you guys. It'd be fun for us. Also, if you liked the video, it helps us out whenever you like it. And so if you give it that thumbs up, we would really appreciate it. And also, if you think you might like future content from us, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to do even more than that,
You can write us a comment.
you can do that.
Oh.
But I was gonna say you can click the bell. So
Yeah.
that you can be
That's
notified
good too. Yeah.
whenever we upload our new videos. And so thanks for spending this time with us. We really enjoyed doing this for you guys, and hope to see you in the next video. All right.
You make me laugh.
I'm gonna try not to. Okay. Hello and welcome to our channel. Let's start that up. Okay.
Bless you.
Yeah, we're not gonna keep that in. Let me check it. Okay, we're good.
So,
Yeah.